song. I'm falling in love again, guys. I am falling in love again. Right from the east side to the west side, you know that you're on to the best side. Okay, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm feeling so excited. I'm in a big mood, yeah. And the reason is because today, you know, I've been listening to music. Music totally fuels my soul, and that's why I'll be coming on here to talk about the one and only, the 001 of the Nigerian music industry. I'm talking about no other person than Davido. Davido just dropped a beautiful album. He calls that one what, OriAde, and OriAde is Davido's 6th studio album since the inception of his career, since his breakout as a young talented musician in the Nigerian music industry. So firstly, guys, I want to tell you that this album is something I would recommend to anyone that listens to Nigerian music. People like me, you know, I don't really do foreign music. I listen to Nigerian music all my life. This album is totally mind-blowing, although some people might not actually agree with me. You know, it all boils down to preferences at the end of the day. But then in this video, I'll be giving you a little breakdown of the album and what I think personally about the album. The thoughts that I'll be sharing in this video are just my own personal thoughts, and you know, I just want to share what I think about this album. First things first, I want to say the production of this album was totally superb. Every sound was unique in its own way, and I'm so happy for Davido because it feels like finally it got the best hands on this studio album. I don't think any album has given me this kind of feeling since I heard A Good Time. A Good Time was probably the last album of Davido that I got this kind of, you know, feeling from. It's a wonderful album, and the Nigerianness about this album is what I cherish so much about this album. When you look at this album thoroughly, you know this is deeply Nigerian, a traditional Davido style. We have a lot of the pom-pom sounds infused in this album, and it's totally beautiful. If you've been listening to Davido from like inception, and then when he found like his own style around 2015 2016 when he dropped If, you know, pom-pom sound has been Davido's strength ever since then. It's totally slapping this pom-pom sound in our faces, and we are loving it. You know, when we look at it from the track one is beautiful. The track one is something I feel, yeah, okay, let me give this album a listen. You know, a nice track. Then you go to the second track with Black Cherry, from totally beautiful one from Davido, and then you get to where the album really starts, which is track 3, when you talk about Julie. It has this pom-pom sound. I love it so much. Like, Davido is such a genius with the pom-pom sound. Like, I love that track so much. And then you get to the 4th track, which is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Constantly, that track, has constantly been playing in my head since I listened to the album. Like, Feels is such a producer. And sometimes when people talk about the greatness of Olamide as an artist, no doubt Olamide is a one in a million, is one in a generation artist. But then you cannot actually remove the impact of Feels as a producer from Olamide's career. Feels is such a mastermind when he produces. You know, I love him as an artist also, but then his production is totally top notch. And on this track, Constantly, we can see what Feels does to that track. Feels is, I mean, that brought out the Davido that we know, like the Davido that we know. And Davido decided to take us back to, you know, when Davido championed the Amapiano sound into the Nigerian music industry. We all know I Know Who I Be. Yeah, Davido has dropped that as a single before he dropped the album, and that is a beautiful song. I can't even lie. I love the song right from the time it was dropped. And another song that really surprised me was the next one, also another Amapiano, Afro piano sound. Give Me That Thing. Yeah, Give Me That Thing. You know, initially, truth be told, when the song initially dropped, Davido dropped it after I dropped I Know Who I Be. I didn't like the song. I felt like, what's this? You know, I'm not really. But then listening to this song on the album, you know, coming from the first track, second track, third track, fourth track, fifth track, then this song, I don't know. I just fell in love with it. Like, it giving me that, you know, Amapiano vibe, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Then, you know, don't let me talk about that now. Let me go to other tracks. Yeah, We're Already Falling, produced by Tempo. What a song. I'm falling in love again, guys. I am falling in love again. Davido is making me fall in love again, guys. I totally love this song. What a song. I love this song. And then, you know, we have other amazing songs on that album, like Tell Everybody, like Yaya with Aya Nakamura. I love that song. That song is actually very funny because I initially thought that Davido was speaking French at the beginning of the song, but then I noticed that, oh, he was trying to speak Yoruba in a French accent. You know, I really love that song also. But one song that I didn't really like, not like I didn't really like, but I felt like it was a mid song, is Zanzibar. I didn't really feel that. I just felt like, you know, it's just a song. I didn't really get a lot of energy of that song. And then the outro, the last track on the album, Light with Lona, is such a song. What an outro. Davido this album is so perfect. Davido knew where to put each artist on the album, and to put Lona on the last track of the album is such a brilliant idea, because we all know the type of sound that Lona does and the type of song that Davido wanted to do with that particular masterpiece. It's a perfect song for an outro, and Lona was just the right person to put on that track. But then my favorite track of all on the album is definitely y'all know I love Fola. You all know I love Fola. Before when I not say I love Fola before that. Fola, Mayokun, Davido. What a combination. And Fola and Mayokun are so alike. I think of them, they are so alike. Even physically, they look alike physically. And then when you listen to the texture of their voice also, it looks alike. They're just really alike as artists, and I love both of them. Two of them coming together with Davido on this song. I've had that song on repeat since yesterday night. I've played about 59 times already. I love that song so much. And Fresh did justice to that song. I mean, to be able to give a beat that blends Fola, Mayokun, and Davido, I think it's really a genius beat. It's a genius move, really. And Fresh was absolutely, beautiful on that song. So, guys, I would definitely rate this album over 10, because I love Davido. I love any artist. I love anybody of work that's beautiful. But, I have a special love for Davido. I mean, we're talking about 001, OriAde, Baba Imadi. What are you talking about? So, I'll definitely rate the album a solid 7.5 over 10. And this is because I don't want to sound partial. The Whiskey FC might come for me today and say, bro, what you doing? But then it's a solid 7.5 or an 8, but a solid 7.5 for me. It's a really beautiful album. I'll keep on listening to it. It just gets me there. I love the album so much. All right, guys, thank you for staying this far on this episode of the album review on Davido's album OriAde. So, guys, I would love you to hit the subscribe button. I would love you to like this post. I would love you to share, comment your thoughts on this album, and tell me what you think I got wrong or what you think I am totally spot on about this album. Thank you, guys. I still remember the one and only Human Radio. Signing out. Cheers.